Hey Gary's tour fans, we're beseeched with bad weather occasionally, but this is part of our walking tour of Killarney. Today, or actually tonight because it's getting late, we're going to do a walking tour of the alleys and narrow streets of Killarney. We're on High Street now. We're going to approach our first alley. This doesn't go anywhere, so I'm not going down that alley. But the first alley we can go down will take us somewhere I'm going to go down. This is Penny's. No relationship to J.C. Penney's in New York, but a really good store. Very inexpensive prices. We're coming to our first alley. Hogan's Alley, Hogan's Lane. We're going to go down Hogan's Lane and see what we see. I see a restaurant. Don't know what kind of restaurant it is. I see the back of Penny's store. There's a lot of people in Europe hauling their own bags around. More so than you see in the U.S. They'll arrive at the railroad station and have to walk to the hotel. This is office furniture. Office requirements, whole lot. Office furniture and office supplies. Cool. We'll keep doing this till it rains. Eventually it'll rain. And this street doesn't have much. It's an old hair salon out of business. And Kodak and Fujifilm, a photo shop and a framing shop. That's rare these days. Not much film anymore. And then we have Flair for Hair, a hair shop. Okay, that's one alley. Well, let's see what other alleys we can find. Alleys and narrow streets. I previewed them last night. There's some fairly interesting things on them. We may be at a dead end here. Let's see if we are. Yep, dead end. Her hair, she's still working. Hairdresser. Pool club up on the second floor. So now we're going back out to High Street to check the next alley out. There's lots of alleys here to check out. Next alley is Deal Store. That's a store that sells sort of everything at very reasonable prices. And there's a real butcher store on High Street. Very good prices, by the way. Look at the prices here. 4 pork chops, 4 chicken fillets, 10 euros. 4 beef burgers, 4 pork chops, 4 fillets, and a pound of steak mince, 20 euros. That's probably enough to get through a week for a single person. Either one of those orders. You can probably pay for 10 euros, get through about a week of food. This is the famous Teddy O'Connor's traditional Irish pub. A lot of beer. lot of beer consumed there, beer stools. Now here are some photographs I really like. These are Peter Cox. He does really good photographs. He's been here forever. And obviously these photographs you see here are what's left after doing 10,000 photographs. And this is a parking lot. And another restaurant, mostly Mexican. And someone getting Wi-Fi there. And they have the usual pay for parking. You see all over. There's a Mexican restaurant. Wine bar. They all may be affiliated actually. And here's the Uptown restaurant. Which may or may not still be in business. Now here we have some little shops. It's the back of the Mexican restaurant. Casita Mexicana, artisan Mexican food. Now these are residential apartments, cute little apartments. It's a massage therapy place. And we're walking in the back alleys of Killarney. Little apartments, very cute. Here's another Turkish barber. I'm not sure what Turkish barbers mean and if they're really Turkish, but apparently there's a lot of demand for Turkish barbers. Is curtains made to order. Let's do this alley, we didn't do it yet. This Turkish barber shop is full. Look at all the people. Sorry about coughing. This is the Mañana Cafe and Bistro. And what women want. These little pictures are very well known. Picture of flowers. Someone at a half door. Cat. Another person at a half door. Another person at a half door. And a very unusual looking cat. And here's the Lough Turkish barber shop with lots of balloons. JMac, mailboxes, etc. And computer and printer specialists. And this is Noel's. Well, it's sort of a coffee shop, all day coffee shop. Okay, let's go back the other way. So look for some more info. Computer store is open. Another barber shop. I'm not sure whether Turkish is the style of the haircut or the barbers themselves are Turkish. Don't know. The Zone Cafe open for lunch. Lots of cute little shops here in Killarney. Here's the Orchid Day Spa. Looks like they do sewing. That's all sewing and alterations and curtains there. And here's Radio Kerry. That's what that sign says. I guess it's the radio station of Radio Kerry. Then you have people near and dear to my heart. A whole group of solicitors. Andrew O'Connell, Noreen Brown, Elmore Griffin. It says BCL. Not sure what that means. I guess that's their degree, maybe. Yes, it is. And then there's Prague O'Donnell. He has a BC and a LLB. That's typically what a law degree is. So I don't know. They may be paralegals. I'm not sure what the laws are here about what they get. Well, here's a Siam cut. Another barbershop. Lots of barbershops. Here's the spoiler and a confection store and the Hazel's Nuts About Vintage. Hazel has vintage stuff here. Vintage usually means used. Do not know if this is used or not. It's a studio by Marta. Now I want to show you one more store that I think is sort of cool. It is a wool store. Here's a coffee store, Irish coffee and chocolates. Here's another barber. Walk-ins welcome. And here is the Aaron Sweater Market. And we have the Lamb, who starts it all. And they have free shipping anywhere in the world with any order. And this looks like wool. When they take the hide off, this is what it looks like. Yeah, brown wool, natural color wool, and lots of sweater materials, even towels or scarves with your family seal on them. Each family has different style, so they can tell one another apart. And they have lots of sweaters, and they're all made in Ireland. This is the taxi stand, and here's some more stores. This is the Killarney Towers Hotel. Scruffy's Bar. And now we're going to stop recording at this point because we've done the bulk of our alley tour. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, subscribe. Remember, this is brought to you by Gary's Tours.